Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue Match Day 3. Before the international break, we have 4 teams only with 6 points, Alain. And what is strange, only 1 draw in the first 2 weekends and many surprises actually.
Yes, it's the beginning of the season. We know Ligue 1 is a league with a lot of balance. I remember last year how many team was fighting for a European spot, how many team was fighting against relegation, a lot of surprise. Yes, it's the Ligue 1. We must to follow the league to give the best analysis about the form state of the team and yes, do his best and try to inform better our channel.
Well, let's inform them. As we all know, also the transfer market is closing on the 1st of September, so still some movements after the first results this season, especially Olympique Marseille looking at the market. So we will analyze everything in this video. Guys, stay with us. Remember to press the like. If you enjoy the video, it means a lot to us, and of course let us know in the comments who are you backing, what are your bets, and now let's go on with the show. Well, on Friday, Alain, first game is Lens Brest. Lens' first win of the season came away in Le Havre with Saïd and Fofana scoring after losing their home game, the opening game against Lyon, 1-0. And for Brest, they lost 2-0 against Toulouse after the draw with Lille in the first match day. So actually it was the only draw in this tournament so far, this 3-all. Against Lille, the bookies now place Lens as favorites. Odds are around 2.
Yes, Lens is a strange beginning of the season, because in the first game they deserve to catch point, they lose 1-0, and in Le Havre do a best game about Lens. There are strong domination, especially in the first half, but Lens was a killer loss this day, and find 2 goals in 2 big occasions, 2 goals for Lens, really concrete. The team against Le Havre, and in the second half, Lens was brilliant in the management of the results, in the way to defend. In block, we saw a really strong team. Now against Brest is a different team, because there will be play against a team who offer a direct football. They don't play against team with that idea of football since the beginning of the season, and we will be understand how Lens can manage the team against a team like Brest, because Brest in Toulouse, they deserve something more. Toulouse was lucky. Brest try. Brest shoot a lot on the goal of Toulouse, but without accurate. And with a better day, Brest must to pretend to catch a draw against a team like 𝗵𝗵𝗍. And I don't change my mind about the Brest can be one of the surprise of this Ligue 1. Playing in Lens is always difficult. In my opinion, this game can be a draw, because I think the team are similar with the value of the player, and I choose for this game one of the surprise of this journey with Lens Brest X odds 3.90.
Okay, as I said, the only team catching a draw is Brest in the game against Lyon in match day 1. Next game, is on Saturday already. Lorient, Lille. Lorient, one of the surprises of the previous weekend, a smash run for Lille in the derby. They were playing against the men, actually against 9 men after only 15 minutes. And Lille, Alain, I would say, is a good start of the season. 4 points, beat Monaco. And especially Giroud scoring 2 goals in 2 games. Looks like the perfect replacement for Jonathan David after we thought Giroud was almost retired.
Yes, Lille do a very good beginning of the season. Where is the limit? Where is the top of this Lille? What the transfer market will be add to the team, because this team need some new player. They lose important player, key player in attack, in the midfield, in defense, and right now they don't replace except Giroud, except in the middle. I think the team need some new player. Yes, it's a difficult game for Lille to play in Lorient. Lorient won 4-0 against Rennes, but it was a game when Rennes stay with 9 players after 15 minutes. And but we saw a version of Lorient. Lorient wanna play. Lorient is not a team hide himself with the block, with the low block and the defensive mentality. Lorient wanna play, and it's a good news. Lorient is back in Ligue 1 because we will be enjoy offensive football with Lorient. For this game, I think Lorient can be create problem to Lille. For that reason, I choose Lorient with Lorient winning with handicap plus 0.25 odds 2.00.
Okay, so you don't think they are gonna lose this game, even if there is a draw? You get a half win for this Lorient. Lille, next one is Nantes, Auxerre, 0 points, 2 defeats for Nantes, 0 goals scored against PSG, and against Strasbourg for Auxerre, 3 points, beating Lorient in the first match day. The previous weekend lost 3-1 to Nice. I don't know if you expect these teams also to fight against relegation, or they shouldn't be this close to the bottom 3.
No, Auxerre, in my opinion, Auxerre will be saved the category without suffer. Yes, all the things bring us to think Nantes will be suffer again. And Lens is playing with fire since few season. And now this season start with that sad mentality, with that sad habit, because Nantes is a historical club in Ligue 1, but Nantes lose himself, his identity, his brilliant academy, his philosophy of offensive football, and every season 𝐻𝐿, the owner, made worst the things in the decision, in the market. Yes, the team want and earn money, but in spite of that, the result of the team are really poor. And now, since the beginning of the season, with Metz is the only team don't score a goal. Auxerre is difficult to move. Auxerre lose 3-1 in Nice, but they deserve to catch point in Nice. With a 2-1, they create some occasion, really dangerous. The goalkeeper of Nice, Diouf, made a brilliant game, and Nice in the last 15 minutes scored the 3-1, but the score don't reflect the match of Auxerre. For that reason, I choose one of the risks of this week. Auxerre winning 𝐋𝐿 odds 2.10.
Let's go to the next game, Toulouse PSG. We are seeing a really slow start from PSG. Still, they won both games against Nantes and Angers, but only 1-0. Fabian and Vitinha scoring, so we haven't seen even the attacking players scoring goals. We kind of expected, Alain, they are still in pre-season, no holidays. Last season was very long with the Champions League final, with the Club World Cup final. They had to play the European Super Cup, so it's really understandable. Probably we have to wait until mid-September to see a good PSG, and still trying to sell Donnarumma in this last week of the market. Toulouse, one of the surprises of this start of the season, 6 points, 2 clean sheets, and beating good teams like Brest and Nice.
Yes, for me it's a surprise because I said from the beginning of the season, Toulouse took the best decision to conserve or to confirm his manager. But yes, right now, Toulouse is a good beginning of the season. It's a strange beginning of the season because in both games, team suffered. Team was really concrete. And team catch 2 points, 2 victory against European team last season, like Brest and Nice. Brest in Champions with a brilliant Champions League, and Nice go out against Benfica in playoff. But Nice will be a European League, Europa League team. Yes, PSG for this game. You said at the middle of September, maybe we will start to show the best version of PSG. The ambition right now is winning the second Champions League, nothing more. And in Ligue 1, that PSG have that superiority is difficult to see PSG losing game, but football is full of surprise, and Toulouse is in a good moment. Toulouse beat PSG few years ago at home with a victory 2-0 against another PSG. Yes, but a PSG with a lot of stars too. And yes, maybe something can be happen. But first, I don't see PSG don't score in a game, and Toulouse right now is able to score against every team. In my opinion, Toulouse will finish his clean sheet row since the beginning of the season, but Toulouse can be scored against Paris Saint-Germain because right now the team concede. But Nantes and Angers are not a reference in offensive perspective, and for that reason I choose both teams to score odds 1.80.
Next game, this one already on Sunday, Angers-Rennes, one of the most strange teams in this start of the season. They were lucky to beat the Marseille in the first match day already, with 1 red card, down to 10 men, and against Lorient, they were down to 9 men after only 11 minutes. So 3 red cards in only 2 games. I've almost never seen nothing like that, Alain. And, Angers, low scoring team so far, lost to PSG 1-0, beat Paris 1-0 in the first match day.
Yes, Rennes, we can have a clear image about the identity of Rennes. Since 𝗵𝗵𝗿 is in the bench in Rennes, we know the model of play of Rennes. And Rennes is a team with a lot of balance right now. Against Lorient, 75 minutes, to 85 minutes, 75 minutes, sorry. With 10 players, it's impossible to catch a positive result, especially against offensive team like Lorient, who need space to create occasion. That one is normal to lose with that score. Now, I wait a strong reaction about Rennes. Angers in Paris, I think it was one of the poorest average of possession of the ball in a team in Ligue 1. I think only 15% in Parc des Princes. And yes, it's a team suffer a lot when there must to create. We saw that against PFC, the first game. You see that we saw that in the Parc des Princes against PSG, and against Rennes. Rennes is not so productive in offensive way. For that reason, I choose Angers Rennes under 2.25 goals, odds 2.08.
Le Havre Nice is the next game. Le Havre, one of the four teams with 0 points, lost to Lens and to Monaco. Both games, by the way, both teams to score. Also, not we haven't seen this very often in Ligue 1. Nice got the first win of the season after the Champions League KO against Benfica, beat Auxerre, Alain, 3-1.
Yes. But we wait reaction because the first 3 games was really poor in the content for Nice. 3 games without a goal score. We see an improvement against Auxerre, especially in the offensive way. The team create a lot in the second half. We see a team with a lot of ideas, no? When they can play in transition after the first half. Nice was happy in the results, and Auxerre try to attack that Nice, and they found a lot of space. And in transition, Nice is so interesting team. It's so interesting team. We saw one of the best version of 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗀 since he arrived in Nice. We saw the first game of Kevin Carlos, ex-player of Basel. We saw Mofi score the last goal. Yes, now has must to recover his offensive player, because Nice will be a European team, play every 3 days, and to conserve or to follow, to grow, because as start a new project the last season, this season he must to grow in the management of both competition, because last year in Europa League was really poor, but Nice catch the 4th position and catch the playoff of Champions League last season, and it was a big surprise. Because when we saw the team out of the Champions League and Nice in, it was a big surprise. And as must to confirm that, improve that with the Europa League and the Ligue 1. Right now, playing in Le Havre is always difficult, especially because Le Havre have that defensive mentality. But warning, because against Lens, we saw a really offensive version of Le Havre, with the block really high, with high pressure, with the team really able to create a lot of occasion, and then they deserve more in that game. For that reason, I don't choose 1x2 for this match, but I choose over 2.25 goals, odds 1.65.
Monaco Strasbourg is the next game, really interesting one. This one, the odds to back Monaco are really low, in my opinion, 1.6. And you had doubts also at the beginning of the season. I remember asking you about the odd market or mercato for Monaco. And, first defeat against Lille, 1-0. They beat Le Havre. It was kind of an easy game in the first match day. And now they have a tougher game against Strasbourg. They beat Nantes and Metz 1-0. So one of these teams with 6 points. But also Strasbourg, they are playing conference against Brøndby, and they drew 0-0, so they have a tough game on Thursday. We have to take this in consideration, Alain.
Yes, it's one of the most interesting game after the Olímpico. Is both teams are a similar way to move itself in the market, because they try to discover new talent to improve this player, to sold them after to another market, especially in the Premier League. But the beginning of the season, Monaco, I have doubt. Strasbourg won 2 games, 1-0. Strasbourg catch a draw in Lameno against Brøndby. Strasbourg don't receive any goals since the beginning of the season, but they score less, because only 2 goals in 3 games. With that offensive potential of Strasbourg is not enough. We must to ask more about Strasbourg. And against Nantes, we saw a team with good intention, but when there must to attack in attacking positional, they suffer a lot. But when Strasbourg can run, Strasbourg is really dangerous. And Monaco is a team wanna play. Monaco is not hiding itself. They want to have the control of the game, want to offer offensive football. And in Lille, we saw a team with a shy team, in my opinion, because Lille was more aggressive in the with and without the ball. Monaco so academic in the management of the ball, difficult to create good occasion, difficult to find deepness in his game. And for that reason, I think Strasbourg can be catch point in Monaco. And another surprise for me for this journey is Strasbourg double chance odds 2.15.
It's a big question mark, Monaco, this season. And now 2 teams looking for the first points this season. Paris FC and Metz, both newly promoted teams, both with 2 defeats, 0 points. Paris at least scored their first goals against Marseille, but lost 5-2. This is the first game they are going to play at home in the Stade Jean Bouin. Alain, and Metz, both defeats, both without scoring.
Yes, without scoring like not. But the good news is 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗄 is really near, really close to go back to Metz. That one can be the best news for Metz after a difficult beginning of the season. In Lyon, the team creates, because the team arrive in the area of Lyon, but they miss so much accurate, so much quality in the strike, in the attack line. But the beginning of the season of Metz was difficult. First, the derby against the ambitious Strasbourg, and after the game in Lyon, who this season I don't think a lot of teams will be catch point in Lyon. Now, Paris FC, we discovered another version in Marseille. I discovered a team with offensive idea really clear, with a lot of quality, especially with 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗄, the native of Marseille. Simon for the wing is a team can be generate a lot of occasion, a lot of offensive football. And the first game of 𝗬𝐿𝐴 was not the best, but in my opinion, 𝗬𝐿𝐴 this season will be probably make a very good season, because he has a lot of quality, and playing in a team with that idea, with that intention to create offensive football, to create occasion, 𝗬𝐿𝐴, in my opinion, can score more than 10 goals, and he must to start. Metz is a good opportunity. For that reason, I think is a goal is a game with goal. I don't agree with the bookmaker about the odds of the goals. For that reason, I choose PFC Metz, both teams to score, odds 1.95.
And the last game you mentioned is going to be difficult to get points in Lyon. So the last game, the best one, is Olympique's clash. Olympique Lyon, Olympique Marseille, top of the table. Lyon, after a difficult summer, 3-0 to Metz, 1-0 away in Lens. Olympique Marseille, always many problems in the dressing room, a hot team, a hot club. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that the market is not closed, still with the issues with 𝗀𝗵𝗀, perhaps getting 𝐬𝐨𝑳𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜 from Real Madrid. At least, Alain, they got themselves the first win of the season, 5-2 against Paris FC.
Yes, now Lyon is more a test for Lyon than the Olympique de Marseille. Olympique de Marseille have clear the idea about the football of Roberto De Zerbi. I am really curious about the last week of the transfer market to discover the squad. De Zerbi will be working till January because Rowe left to Bologna, and now Rabiot normally will be leave, but the vestry asked to the reintegration about the Adrien Rabiot. Who will be seen? People speak about Ceballos, the Ederson Palmieri. Yes, some player with international experience will be seen in Marseille during this week and maybe able to play in Lyon. Right now, Lyon is a balanced team. I see since the beginning of the season a team with a clear idea of a light version of the offensive football of Fonseca. He searched more balance. And the first game without received goal, I think is an answer about the new version of Paulo Fonseca. In the middle, Morton, Tessman give a lot of balance to this team. Tolisso is not a number 10, an offensive midfielder, and he play in our offensive midfield to start the pressure. And that one give me a good answer about Lyon. Now I need a game against a team like Olympique de Marseille to understand how you can manage when they meet a team with that offensive mentality and offensive quality. Marseille must to catch points. In the last game, the best news of Marseille, except the winning, is the bench. Is the bench with the player former in his academy, like Nadir Bilal, brilliant in the second half. He changed the history of the game because against PFC, after the 2-0, Marseille let PFC score 2 goals. And in the Olympique, in the Velodrome, we saw some doubt. We felt some doubt after Rennes, after the Rabiot history, after the second half with the goal of Simon. But with Nadir Bilal, with Robinho Vaz entering the field, that gives freshness to this team and make us understand that one can be a really good arm for Marseille this season, the bench. And for this team, this game in Lyon, I think that Zerbi will be changed a lot of things. The last season, the Zerbi won in Lyon, and yes, it was probably one of the most important winning the last season in Lyon. And for that reason, I don't choose X1, X2. I choose the goal. Over 2.75 goals, odds 1.80.
Well, we saw plenty of goals last season, 3-2 at the Velodrome, 2-3 in Lyon. So again, 5 goals in each of the games last season, and Alain Valnegri is also going for goals in this season. Alain, let's finish the video. Before this, remember guys that we still have our tipster competitions going on for you. Now that August is running towards the end, you have the possibility to participate in our monthly tipster competition, for instance, for September, or participate in rivals. If you enjoy Ligue, just create your own tipster competition, for instance, with your friends about Ligue 1. Alain, let's go with your safe bet.
Paris FC, Metz, over 1.75 goals, odds 1.47.
And your ACCA, Alain?
Nantes, Auxerre, over 1.75 goals. Le Havre, Nice, over 2.25 goals. Olympique Lyonnais, Olympique de Marseille, over 2.75 goals for Nantes, 4.27.
Okay, a lot of Asian handicaps in goals. Alain, you like it? You wanna do our life a little bit more complicated? If you have any doubts about Asian handicap, we have a video in the channel. So just type Asian handicap Oddspedia, and it was me actually the one showing how Asian handicap works. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to understand. Alain, thank you. We're going to international break. I hope to see you analyzing the national teams. And
thank you very much.
We see each other in 2 weeks. Alain, ciao, ciao.